Hi guys, Mark here with Wolters World, and today what we're going to talk about is the supply chain and how information in the supply chain can flow and how we can manage it as a firm. Now, if you look at the supply chain in general, if you're a marketing student, remember those 4 P's of marketing: price, product, place, and promotion? Well, place, this is where the supply chain comes in, trying to figure out what, basically deal with all the different ways that we have to deliver the value of our product. Okay? Now, usually when people think about the supply chain, all they think about is the logistics side of things. Getting our product from the manufacturer to a distribution center, or getting our product from the manufacturer to the end customer or the retailer, whatever you want to look at. Guys, it's a lot more than that. Supply chain is not just logistics. Logistics does go into it, but supply chain is managing all the relationships with the manufacturers, with the suppliers that are up here above us, with the distribution center, with retailers, customers, all these things in there. And that's why information management is one of the key aspects of working in the supply chain. Okay, but overall, the supply chain is all of the things we do to have an efficient and effective system of producing our products, procuring our products, getting it through the whole system, the whole supply chain, from the pig farm in Podunk town, wherever, to our plate in our homes. So basically, it's integrating every step from concept to sales in the business in order to help the company make more money. That's supply chain management. Now, supply chain can help us. It can help us by streamlining distribution. Some of the things they can help us with is, getting our orders filled out faster, eliminating inefficiencies that are out there, all kinds of stuff like helping with reducing shipping errors. So having good supply chain management helps reduce some problems. Therefore, less problems, less costs, less waste. Also, supply chain does come into effect in marketing, because if you think about it, if we're thinking about making, we want to come up with a new product, well, supply chain helps us find those suppliers. If we're going to make a new laptop, they help us find the right processors that are going to work on our tablets or a laptop or whatever. Also, the supply chain, what they do is they help us figure out what the best distribution network is, or distribution channel for our new product. Do we want to go straight to the customer, or would it be best to go to a retail store or somewhere else in between? So they help with those things too. And also, if we're looking at shipping out our products, they'll find the best way for that. So yes, logistics do come into it, but also procurement. There's all kinds of things that come in with supply chain. Now, when you look at supply chain management, you're going to deal with a lot of people, and a lot of times you call, we're going to deal with middlemen. Yes, you will deal with middlemen, and you don't want to do everything on your own, because the middlemen can help you. One, location-wise. Look, if our factory here is in India, and our customer here is in Illinois, well, that's kind of a far way to go. If we have some middleman here, like a Best Buy store in Champaign, well, hey, that helps us get close to the customer. So the location of our middleman can help us get in contact with our customers better. Another thing is they're informers. They inform customers why our products are well. They're kind of like a salesman. Okay? They help us sell our products. They inform the customers of the benefits. That's why when you go to a store, they ask, hey, what do you need? What are you looking for? So they can inform you of your options. So middlemen can help with that. Also, they also help with delivering. They're deliverers. They help deliver our products out there. They set up things. I mean, think about it. If you're buying all new furniture, does anyone like putting together IKEA furniture? No. Squeak, squeak, squeak. There's my whole weekend gone trying to put together a bed. The middleman, they can go out there and help our service by, hey, they deliver it and put it together, so that can add value to it. Now, having all these middlemen, having all these different links to the supply chain, there's a lot of information going around. The customer here talks to the actual store that sells the product. The customer can also contact the manufacturer. If you get your HD TV from Sony and it doesn't work, yeah, you can complain to Best Buy, or you can complain to Sony in Japan. There's all this different information flowing, and these guys talk to here, and then if you have the suppliers up there, there's all kind of information flowing around, and we really need to make sure that we can manage that information, because if we don't know, if we're Sony and we don't hear about the complaints that our customers have, well, then how can we improve them? We can't. That's why you want to, make sure you can track the documents, track that information, and you keep all that information. And the thing is, all that information's out there. They know about you, and believe me, companies know a lot about you. They use that information. They collect it all. When they collect all of it, it's called data warehouse. It's like a big warehouse with all the data on there, all the things you've bought, when you've bought, how much you spent on it, which units you like better. Do you like the fun-size Snickers or the giant-size Snickers? Who knows, okay? They know these things. And what you do is you have what's called data mining, where you have, imagine this big, huge cube of information, and you mine down in there to find out special things. So they'll look and they have all this data on you, and so they'll mine down in it and say, oh, what do they find out? Ah, when he shops and he buys milk, he's usually buying baby formula as well. So he probably has a baby. Yes, we do. So what we could do is we can have offers for toddler clothes, for toddler food, because we know eventually he's going to do that. So we can tailor the coupons that come on the back of your receipts at a grocery store. They can tailor that for you because they have that information on you. Okay, so as supply chain people, we want to keep all that information and figure out what it says, so we can see the trends that are out there. We can see buying patterns and all this kind of stuff. And it is very hard work, but you want to keep all that information, the data warehousing stuff, and then do data mining to figure out those trends and buying patterns out there. Okay. Now, one of the things that really helps with the data transfer and the data warehouse and all these things is if you have an electronic data interchange, okay, or an EDI, and basically what this does is all the documents we send around in business in our supply chain. If it's computerized, you have a formula, then if it's a computer's form, then I can track it. I can see the trends. I can have the menu say, is this for services? Is this for product problems? What is it? We can track all these things, and therefore it gives us a way to monitor the data, analyze the data, which is awesome because then we can find things. And by having these EDIs out there, you get a lot of benefits. One thing is you reduce cycle time. The time it takes from ordering to delivery shrinks down because everything's in a standardized form. I mean, think about it. When you go to the ATM, it doesn't matter who's at the ATM. It's going to go pretty fast because there's only so many things you can do. If you go up to the window or the teller, well, it could take forever because maybe you want pennies or nickels or dimes or whatever. Hey, the ATM, automation, boom, in and out. Same thing with EDIs. It makes it so there's not a lot of errors that can go into it, so things get done faster. Also, what's nice about that is it improves the quality of our communication because now it's all standardized, so there's no more, I can't read, was that Illinois or Indiana where it's supposed to go? Is it IL or IN? Hey, it's in the system, they have to clear it. So you put IN and you put 61822, wait, 61822 is an Illinois address, are you sure you have the right thing? So it helps us correct those mistakes. Other things it can do for us, I mean, like I said, it puts the data set in readable form, computer form, so we can analyze it, which is very helpful out there. And sometimes when you look at your supply chain information system, because all this information is going around, sometimes you find it better that maybe inventory management is better done by somebody else. So you have vendor managed inventory, and here you want to be sharing a lot of information with them so they know when you're out of Frito-Lay's potato chips, so they can get those Frito-Lays on their shipments and get them out to you. And well, for companies, for retailers, something that's nice because they do all the work for you. So I don't have to hire a stock boy for the Coca-Cola aisle or a stock girl for the Frito-Lay aisle. They come do it for me. But I have to share a lot of information. And the supply chain, a lot of companies don't like to share that information out there. So you have to have a very good trusting relationship with your suppliers and in your supply chain in order for these things to work. And another thing is when you have collaborative planning, forecasting, and replenishment, okay, basically you're working with your suppliers in order to figure out what is the best way to do things. And you want to plan these things out because if you call Coca-Cola today and say, I need 50,000 cans right now, they might not be able to do it. I mean, think about it. It's like pizza. If I call up Domino's right now and say, I need 100 pizzas for this party, in 30 minutes less, they can't do it. But if I call them and say, hey, next week I need 100 pizzas, they can get it done because then they can arrange the supply chain, have the ovens ready, have all the pizzas ready, getting ready to pop out there, have the Domino's all over the state of Illinois making pizzas. They can get it done, okay? But we have to work together with it, all right? So I hope that gives you an idea of what the supply chain does, and also, that it's more than just the logistics. Yes, logistics go into it, but all these things kind of integrate together, how information's important there, all kinds of stuff. If you want to learn more about supply chain or marketing, please check us out at our website at www.woltersworld.com. Bye. And sometimes when you're supply chain and planning together, so you say, look, we're looking to do